Every once in a while, you're going to come across a homeowner who wants something a little different in their house. And this was one of those projects, a sink made out of wood. It was actually made out of teak. Now, even though we knew where the bathtub was going to go, we didn't know exactly how the sink was going to work with the bathtub and the walkway there. We didn't want the sink to be sticking into the tub, and we didn't want it to be blocking off the walkway. So what we did was we put it on a cart and we could move it around. That way we could move it around, and then we laid a board down. The 1x6 actually represents the dimensions of the bathtub framing. Now we could move this if we needed to. The bathtub was 36 inches wide, and we had a 4-foot area dedicated for the bathtub, so we could always make it a little smaller if necessary. Now, another problem you're going to run into is trying to figure out where the electrical is going to go. The black arrow is pointing to a spot where we wanted to put the electrical. Now, you need to figure out how to get the electrical to the electrical outlet. So if there are any areas where you can run the wires, into the roofing, the ceiling, through the walls, any cracks and crevices, whatever it's going to take, but you have got to be able to run the wires somewhere, somehow. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to put the electrical outlets in, and this can be a big problem when you're remodeling a home. You could have a door header in the way, a large beam, you name it. I've ran into all sorts of things. Just because someone says that you get a set of plans and hey, this is where it's going to go on a remodel project, doesn't mean it's going to work all the time. The next thing we need to look at is the water supply line. This sink here doesn't have any existing plumbing hooked up to it, so it is going to need hot and cold water coming to it. So try to figure out how you are going to run the hot and cold water. And again, just like the electrical, whenever you're remodeling a bathroom or installing a bathroom, building a bathroom in an area that doesn't have any hot and cold water running to it or any drain pipes, this is going to be a concern of yours, a very big concern. So before you get too carried away on the project, make sure that you can actually hook the sink up. And trust me, I don't know how many times I've came across a remodeling project where the homeowner hired an architect or a designer to design something that realistically couldn't happen. So don't start tearing into your building or your home if you might have a problem. Make sure that you solve your problems. Solve all of your problems before you even get started on the project. Before you even pull any building permits, anything. Honestly, I can't tell you how many times I've ran into a situation where somebody wanted to put something there and they really couldn't. You could really do anything, but how much is it going to cost? Next, and last but not least, every sink needs a drain pipe. And the concrete flooring is going to need to be cut to put a drain pipe in. And this is where the planning really gets critical, is a lot of times you can run hot and cold water. You can run electricity, and you can get through a lot of things. But when it comes to a drain pipe, this is a whole nother ball of wax. You have got to be sure, and you've got to be positive that you actually can hook the sink up or a toilet up or a bathtub to a pipe. If there is not a pipe there, or if there's a pipe but you're going to need to go through the kitchen or another bedroom, this could be a nightmare. So do some planning, and I hope this video helps. And keep watching them. We are going to keep making them.